Hi guys, thanks very much for checking out my eBay auction. This is a very quick video demonstration of the BackTrack.Tech Child Safe Keylogging software actually in operation, just to show you how easy and simple it is to use. It can also be used as a kind of video tutorial for those of who need it. I'm using a Windows 8 PC here. This does run on any Windows operating system, going back as far as Windows 95, so you're pretty much covered there. Right, to start off with, I'll just go to my computer. You can see here that as of yet I haven't actually inserted the BackTrack.Tech Child Safe USB, so I will do so now. When you insert the USB, what you're looking for in my computer is KeyTech, and we need to make a note at this point of the drive letter that your USB stick has been allocated. So in this case, I've been allocated the D drive. I think it's normally going to be D, but it depends on your computer setup. But it's something that we're going to need in a minute, so just do make a note of that. So we double click on KeyTech, and as you can see, on these specially created USBs, there's only one piece of software or one application on there, and it's a BackTrack.Tech application. So we will double click on this, and it brings up a small box here. So this is the child safe software. What it's asking for here is a destination directory. So it's basically asking where do you want the results of your recordings to be stored. So it defaults to the C drive, which is your main hard drive. We're going to change this onto the USB stick. So we're going to change this to D in my case. So this is the drive letter that we remembered from earlier. You can see it up here, KeyTech D drive. Like I say, it normally is D, yours might be E or so, but we just change that. We leave everything else exactly as it is. There's an option here to run when the computer is switched on. Not something I'm going to do now, but it is available. So I'm going to just click hide. So now it just pops up with a reminder, and it basically says to make the window visible again, you need to press Control Alt Y 4 times. The reason for this is basically because for the keylogger to be effective, it needs to be hidden. We don't want your children to know that their keystrokes are being recorded. So the software is designed to be pretty much completely invisible unless you enter the right key combination. And in this case, it's Control Alt Y. So I click OK at that. At that point, once you've clicked OK, the software is now running. As you can see, there's been no installations. There's been nothing which would make you think that your keystrokes are being monitored. So imagine now I'm your child. I've come onto the PC. There's nothing untoward here. I go into Google Chrome. This does work for Internet Explorer. It works for Firefox. It works for Microsoft Word, Outlook, and basically any software that's running on the PC where you enter text, it will record. So just as an example, I'll go to Facebook. Oh, help if I could spell. I think, to be fair, Facebook is probably the biggest concern for most parents, so I'll go there. Go to Facebook. I'm going to just put in a random email address, so let's say john@gmail.com. This isn't my email address, it's just an example. And in here, as a password, I'm going to put test. Then we log in. Now, what would normally happen if they were the right details to take you through to Facebook, and your child would be messaging their friends or whatever else, but we just using this for demonstration purposes. So your child has finished on the computer. There's been nothing to raise their suspicion that anything's going on. So now we want to have a look and see exactly what it is that they've been typing, what messages they've been sending, and the like. So you will recall from earlier, it was Control Alt Y. You need to press that 4 times to bring back up the child safe software. So I'll do that now. 4 times. Brings back up the box that we saw earlier. So we've already recorded the software, so now what we want to do is decode it. If your child was to go into the My Computer, into the KeyTech USB at the moment, the only thing they would see is the encoded version of it, so it would be gobbledygook to them. So unless you decode the results, it's not going to mean anything to anyone, so we'll click decode. Decoded file has been stored to D, which is our USB, because you remember we changed that earlier. myinfo_deck.txt, as in deck for decoded. Okay, I can close that now, because we don't need that at the moment. So here it is, myinfo underscore deck for decoded. Double click on this. See, let's have a look and see what we've got here. So first thing I typed was Facebook, which was into the Google search. Then my email address. On my keyboard, because I'm using a different default language, it does come up. It doesn't record the @ symbol, so it records the @ symbol as a large N overscore, which isn't really a problem because whenever I see that, I know it is the @ symbol. But on most keyboards, it should just record it as the @. So I put in john@gmail.com. Then my password, which you'll recall, was test. So this is an example that it is actually working. I can close that. Now I can pull out the USB stick and it's all been saved on there, or I can delete these two files and they're gone forever. Just a quick word with regard to false positives on antiviruses. Keylogging software will often come up as a potential threat on some antivirus softwares, particularly AVG. This is basically because keylogging software can be used for malicious purposes. It can obviously, due to nature, be used to steal passwords and the like. Although we're using it for a legitimate purpose of monitoring your child's internet usage, the antivirus isn't to know that. So it may come up as a potential threat. So what you need to do, you will either need to disable the antivirus when you're using it, or add the keylogging software as an exception. If you go onto your antivirus provider's websites, there will be information on how you add exceptions, but it normally just is a pop-up and it says continue with an exception and you click OK. Nothing to be concerned of. You can do your own research. Even the commercially sold versions of Keylogger will have this issue. Please do your own research if you're concerned about this, or contact me. And if you have any questions, yeah, come back to me. Many thanks.